Welcome to Double D. I'm Dave.
I'm Denise.
And we are in an RV. So we are making a channel to document our adventures. We are new to RVing.
So we wanted to make a channel just so we could kind of learn as we go, and we can also have you learn as we go. And so maybe you won't make some of the same mistakes we make as we're starting out on this journey together.
So maybe a little bit about what we tow and what we tow with. We have a 2021 Chevy Colorado midsize truck. And we have a 2022 Forest River Cherokee Grey Wolf 18RR Black Label. And so this first video is going to be about our first trip to Alabama.
We went to visit Dave's family who lived down in Alabama. So we left here on a Friday. We got to Alabama on a Sunday. We stayed until Thursday morning, and we left Alabama on a Thursday and returned to Connecticut where we live on Sunday afternoon. So we're going to probably break that up into more than one video.
So yeah, we'll have three parts. Our trip down while we're in Alabama, and then our trip back. So I hope you enjoy our first few videos. I also made a instructional video showing our loading the motorcycle in the back for the very first time. But I think we did, overall we had a very successful trip, and we are very much looking forward to our future travels, and hopefully you'll come along with us and see all the future mistakes we're going to make.
So maybe you won't make them, or maybe you'll make a whole new set.
Right.
And we can learn from you.
All right. Well, enjoy. We'll see you after the video.
Okay, so we've been driving how long now?
I don't know, half an hour? About a half an hour on the road.
Okay. And how's it feel?
It's heavy, but it's good. It's fine. It tows really well. I think we're doing really...
We're on our way to Pennsylvania from Connecticut.
Yeah, it's
a little, going over some of the bridges and stuff, it's a little windy, so you can feel it. Ollie is asleep. She's bored with the whole ride. Rover is still whining because he doesn't get to sit on anyone's lap. No. But yep. So we're heading down the road.
No major issues so far. It would have been nice if I could get the camera to connect on the back of the trailer, but acting a little glitchy this morning, so but
so
that's
that's
all right.
a problem to solve.
Not a
that's
big deal.
For future us to solve.
That's a future problem. So, doing all right so far, though. It'd be nice when we can get someplace where it's not quite as up and down hilly.
Right. That's quite a bit. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
We are on the road. We are headed south. Last night was...
Thank God we're heading south.
was cold. It was cold. And our portable propane heater...
For some reason, we have the Mr. Buddy, or Mr. Heater, Buddy Heater, whatever it is, was having problems, and it would not stay lit. And the outside temperature was in the teens.
And when I say it was cold, it was cold. So.
And since we had no hookups, I didn't want to run the heater and run our battery down. I probably should have turned it on, because I think we probably could have made it through the night with our propane heater in the trailer. But
instead we decided finally to just get up and leave.
Yeah.
So that's what we did. We got up, we left, and the sun's coming up. We haven't even had breakfast yet because we were just like, let's just go. Let's just sit in the truck with the heated seats.
Yeah. So, but other than that, it was we had a pretty, it was a good spot, and getting going this morning really wasn't that hard. So it was our first real night in the trailer, and then getting up and hooking up and going in the dark, and that went pretty smooth. So, but day 2 on the road, got a long day ahead of us. Hopefully we're going to get into some warmer weather here very shortly.
And the dogs had a rough night. They were cold. Poor babies. So we'll let you know when we get closer to where we're going.
All right, well, we've switched off, and now
We're in Maryland.
yes, and the better half of Double D is driving now. So
Or the white knuckle part. Because there's a lot of traffic.
there is a lot of
tractor
traffic right now.
trailers.
So if we can take a look, you can see the traffic. It's getting a little busy. It was very light for a while there, very little traffic, and very flat. Now we hit Maryland, and it seems to have built up a little bit, but
Hopefully it thins back out when we get through Maryland. Because I like it when there's not a lot of people on the road.
so how are you feeling?
I'm feeling okay. Luckily we have a relatively small trailer comparably to some people's, right? And so I feel pretty good about that. So if anybody's not driven before, every time a tractor trailer passes you, it tries to suck you in. So I just kind of keep an eye out to see if one's, so I can prepare myself so that I know to kind of go to the right of the lane a little bit, go away from the tractor trailer a little bit before it gets to me. Because I'm paranoid. That's why. Because I'm still new.
So we're doing good. I feel safe. So.
It's because he has delusions.
Uh-oh. And I dropped.
See? And you dropped me.
So, all right. We'll see you guys in a bit.
Okay, so update. We are in Virginia. Yes. We just got gas again. And we have decided that if we ever do this again, or when we do this again, because we are going to do this again.
We are going to better plan our time for travel. Because when you use an app like Waze, it pretty much figures you're doing the speed limit. And when we're towing the trailer, we are more often than not doing the speed limit.
Well, you automatically slow down on hills.
Right.
And then some of the roads aren't very good, so with the bouncing and the, crosswinds and all that stuff.
So you need to add to any Waze estimate, depending on how far, but I would say probably add at least, maybe between 8 and 10 minutes per hour to what their estimate is.
Right, and that's not counting any stops too, so you have to calculate in your stops. So if you every time you stop for gas, it takes you time to get off the highway, get your gas, get back on the highway. I usually have to go to the bathroom every time we stop, because I guess I'm an old lady.
And when you're traveling with pets.
Yes, so we try to walk them at every stop. So that's going to make today a very long travel day. So we are learning our lesson.
Yep.
The hard way.
The hard way.
Tired
That's
way.
Okay.
Because we didn't sleep well last night either. So
it's going to be probably close to 12-hour driving day, right?
Yeah, yes. And we were on the road before 6 today, and it will probably be after 5, pushing 6 before we get to where we're going to be. So anyway, that's our update. We'll keep you posted on what's going on.
Morning, Double D viewers. Hi.
So we didn't do an update last night because we were exhausted by the time we pulled into Tennessee. If you belong to Harvest Hosts, which you should, it was a great place to stay. I don't remember the name though. Do you?
Nolichucky Bluffs Cabins.
Yeah.
Something.
Bed and breakfast.
Bed and breakfast, I think it was.
Yeah, it's a little ways to get to off of the highway, but it was really nice. It was nice. Full hookups for a Harvest Host site, which is unusual.
Right. It was amazing. Full hookups was great, and the sites are nice. They're small, so if you have a bigger rig, you definitely can't get in there. But we were able to get our 25-footer and leave the truck hooked up, and we were still okay off the road. I suppose if you got something bigger, you'd have to disconnect. But we stayed hooked up overnight because we were on the road. We pulled out at 6 o'clock this morning, so it was still dark when we got going. So, but it was a nice day. The people were very nice from what we briefly met the host, and it was definitely worth it. So it was a good night. Finally got a good night's sleep.
Oh yes, and we were warm.
Yes.
So there were some bugs, but I'll take bugs over freezing to death any day. But yeah, so we'll keep you updated on where we're at. Right now we are. It is 7 o'clock in the morning on Sunday morning, and we are. It's almost 60 degrees already. So we are on our way. We'll keep you posted.
All right, emergency stop in Alabama at Wally World. I lost my reading glasses last night. Couldn't find them. So I cannot read a dang thing without them. So we got to stop, and you can see here we are, way out in the parking lot. Whew. And Denise figured she'd make some lunch while we're waiting. While she was waiting for me so I could read. All right.
We've made it to Alabama. We unhitched the truck.
Unloaded the motorcycle. And finally got a little bit of relaxing done.
Yes.
So we arrived in Alabama at All About Relaxin' RV Park in Theodore, Alabama.
We were really looking forward to a great night's sleep, finally arriving at our destination, and there was a thunderstorm.
And yes, so this one right here is a chicken.
She does not like thunderstorms, and she was shivering and shaking, so...
Yeah, so that's okay. I think we did get
sweet.
A decent night's sleep, and it was comfortable, and it was warm now. So,
yes, warmth is nice.
Yes. So
we actually had to turn on the air conditioner, but you'll see that in another video.
So yeah, we on this trip, and we talked about, we experienced some cold, and we experienced some our first time hooking up, full hookups.
Yes.
And
I'm just going to give the advice out there that flushing your tanks is not as gross as people think it is. It's really not horrible. It's very quick. It's very easy. Even for the first time Dave did it as a newbie, it was not.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not a big deal.
It isn't a big deal at all. And you know, one of the best things about this trip down, in our first couple nights and mornings taking off, is we really started to get into a groove of who's taking care of what, and then kind of checking on each other,
Right.
which really works good. And one of the things I realized was I really need to use a checklist, because the times when I did not use a checklist, I forgot things, and that's true for the whole trip. If I go through the checklist, I kind of remember everything, and this is just part of my journey here, is trying to slow down, follow the checklist. I like to get things done efficiently, quickly, and sometimes that quickly overrides the efficiently, and
Especially as you get tired. You know, some of those days on the road were very long, and we both were tired, and Dave did the bulk of the driving, so he was probably even more exhausted. And so when you finally pull in, it's good to have a checklist, and then, you know, when you're pulling out in the morning, depending on weather and how well you slept, it's good to have a list of, you know, what you need to make sure you got done. And then it's good to have another person kind of walk behind you and make sure that you didn't overlook anything, because, you know, sometimes you say, oh, I'm going to do that right now, but then you get sidetracked over here, and even though in your mind you checked it off the checklist and you didn't actually do it.
Right.
So
All right, well, thanks for joining us on this part 1, and hopefully we'll see you on part 2.
stay tuned for part 2.
So we'll see you guys later.